Hello, this is Tom Huntington. Today we are here to talk about Schedule Activity Monitor within Robot Schedule. Have you ever wanted to see a forecast of your schedule or what's running or what's recently completed? Well, that's what Schedule Activity Monitor is. It's a reporting tool that's all online and it works partition by partition to give you a view of what's going to run and what's recently run on your system. Here is forecast, and we can see the job name, the job description, the type of job it is, when it's supposed to start, and if it's part of an application or a group. So the forecast column is all about what's going to run. The next column we have is what is currently running. And we can see right now that there's a job waiting. This job has an error, and I could go in and look right into the job log from here. It has a problem with the set ISP, and it's got an error in QSysOper. So I would go out to QSysOper and clean that up. The last column we have is jobs completed and failed. So these jobs are already run. You can see the time when they ran. We'll see red if it failed, as we can see here with these two, and so forth. We can see that with this job too. So again, we could take and drill in and look at the spool files. We can look at the properties of the job. We could actually fix the problem and rerun the job from here. So again, we could go in and look at job logs. And so here's our job log for this job. And actually I can come in and open it up. Nice thing with the GUI, I could select all, copy it to my clipboard, and we can see we got some errors in here. Not here to problem determination everything today and fix problems, but this process did fail. Now, along with Schedule Activity Monitor, we have some other handy things up here. The whole forecast is built on an internal forecast, and let's just say you added 10 new jobs and you want them to show up in here. You would have to rebuild the internal forecast by simply saying you want to run it, and that'll run in the background. We also have a refresh button here. We can refresh the screen. That's what I just did here, and that exists up on each one of these columns. Again, because this is a graphical interface with Robot Schedule, I could copy all this information right from here by simply saying select all, copy to my clipboard, and I could put it into a spreadsheet if I wanted to. The last thing we have here is a preference button, and this allows me to tells me how often to refresh the table. So we can, if you're sitting on this and you want to refresh more quickly, you can. All the different job types, iSeries or agent jobs. Again, we can have Windows, Linux, and Unix in here, of course. Do you want to see jobs that just all jobs that ended today or only failed jobs today? I can choose that. Show completed failed user jobs, show running waiting user jobs. Do you want to see every job? Should we exclude those or include those? So if I change this, we're now going to see completion history of just the jobs that failed. So there's only going to be 3 records. If I came back to this, there's our 3 records. If I came back to this and changed this preference to say show all jobs that ended today, meaning abnormal or not normal, then and put my every in here, we're going to get a lot more history. And here's the refresh with selecting every. So there's a bunch of jobs that I'm running every so many minutes, and we'll see those running now that we changed that. Now, how do you get to Schedule Activity Monitor? Well, there's a couple different places. Across the toolbar, we'll see it right here, and I can just double click on it and go into it. I can also get to it by clicking on the system here and saying Schedule Activity Monitor. So I can say Schedule Activity for just this application. Jobs by agent, so I can do this just for a Windows server if I wanted to. I can do schedule activity for group jobs if I wanted to. So you get the idea, as we can filter out. Now, when it comes to this level, I can do schedule activity even for an individual job. The last thing I wanted to show you with Schedule Activity Monitor is the preference piece here. Because if you have somebody on your team and you want them to automatically sign into Schedule Activity Monitor, all you do is you click this preference and say OK, and when they start up the Robot Schedule GUI, and they hit enter to go into their GUI, it's going to automatically launch them into the schedule activity monitor. So this is a great feature for that operational team member that you want to actually log in and monitor your schedule. So thank you for looking at Schedule Activity Monitor.